Hello, hello,
We're just
hello. I
live.
think we are just live. It is good to see everybody. My name is Anthony,
I'm Gabby.
and we are voice actors on a new streaming
Yeah,
platform.
platform.
I tried it out yesterday, and it worked pretty well, but really exciting because we are live on Facebook, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube,
Oh,
live on
wow.
X, and live on Instagram. So
Hello,
that's a
world.
lot of us
Wow.
everywhere. So it
Okay.
is, yes, it is good to see you all. This is Open Forum Friday.
Mhm.
So what we do is you go ahead and say hello. Good morning, Chris. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Chris.
You go ahead and leave a comment in the chat section. Tell us where you're
Mhm.
from, and then leave your questions. This is a day that we get to answer any of your questions.
Love it.
We also have this cool little scroller on the bottom that you can see the questions or people or what they're saying. So behave yourselves.
Also, don't mind us. We might be playing with sound effects and other things as
That's
we get used to the new
this
setup.
thing's got all kinds of crazy stuff, right? Like, so far things going well. So we're like, yay! Sorry, that's
Thank you. Thank you.
okay. Begin. All right. Anyways, that's enough of that, Anthony. See, I get bad with the comments. It'll be well, it's good to see you. Let's see. We got
Oh,
Ben, we
man.
got
Hey,
Jenna.
it's Open Forum Friday. We love the questions. Chris has one right off the bat. He's already throwing them at us. So he said, some of my demos have video. Do I place those ahead of my non-video demos? That's an interesting
Mm.
question. So you want to take it or you want me to start off with that one?
No, go ahead.
So, it is a great idea to have video versions of your demos. And we talk a lot about YouTube and how it's such a great platform for that. And it's a great excuse to create your own YouTube channel and to, have a YouTube presence, which is really important. On your website, however, as a tool for clients who are coming right to find your work, typically voiceover clients who are accustomed to hiring voice talent, they just want to hear audio. They want the audio demo first. And ideally, you want to give them an option to download the demo directly for use later. But you can have a separate area or a separate section with featured video content and put your video demos there.
Yes, and so that's exactly what I do.
Mhm.
I have a section straight away
Yep.
where you have MP3 files or something or WAV files that they can download. All right, and then I have like a portfolio section where I show a variety of different categories and areas that have videos that they can see, my
Right.
work to video.
Yeah.
So I think that's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, goodness.
Um,
More
all
questions
right.
rolling in.
Let's
Ben.
see. We've got
Oh,
Ben.
so Ben said, when you say video versions, do you mean using something like a visualizer? It could be a visualizer, but many of us also literally put stock video or footage to the demo. Or if we have pieces of our demo that were compiled from video projects, we use those.
Absolutely. Good deal. Okay. So let's see. We've got let's see. Morning from Washington. Did Angela mention the AV assessment and when we might get feedback from the sample and questions we submitted? Good question. Yes, you will be getting feedback from what you've done, hopefully very soon. It's been an amazing journey so far since we had about 90 to 100 new people come into BOJ. So I'm definitely a little behind,
Mm,
but I promise it will be coming, and which is really cool. So I'm glad that you brought it up. One thing that we do that I wanted to do, and it was a really unique, I think it's unique for us, but theater in general or acting in general, right? We all know it's very subjective.
yeah.
I mean, it's very subjective. I might like something, you might not, right? But when we are trying to help people grow, and as an acting teacher, throughout the years, we always were trying to find a way to give, forms of subjective feedback, yes, but also objective feedback in certain areas as well, right? Because there are things objectively that you can do well, so I wanted to create an assessment more so just to give you an opportunity to see kind of, hey, with what we're teaching in VOJ, how are you at the current moment? You know what I mean? Where do you stand in that area?
Mhm.
So that's kind of says, and it's really unique because I don't know any other place that does something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's a neat little tool just to get you started off and see where you are to get some feedback. So yes, expect that hopefully very soon. Thank you for that question. Okay, yeah, we got
I love
going
it.
here today. I love it. Okay,
Janine from
who's
Atlanta.
next?
Hi, Janine. She said, how many seconds of an audition should you do? Does it
Hmm.
depend on the length of the audition? Great question.
Very good question.
Yeah.
So I'll take it from an audiobook standpoint. Now you could do commercial too, Gabby, if you want to.
Sure.
So I always say with like audiobooks, no more than 2 minutes. Most people will send you 15 pages. They'll send you the entire
Mm.
manuscript, even here, audition.
Oh no,
Right. They're just
no.
right. I mean, and because they don't, a lot of it, they don't know any better.
The whole
Um,
manuscript.
I
Oh
know
dear.
because and they so because you remember you're dealing a lot of times you're dealing with a lot of most of these are independent
Mm,
authors. They're new. Some of them have never worked with. I think we miscalculate or underestimate how many new authors or authors have never worked with
yeah.
narrators or audiobook narrators before. They don't know.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can get offended too sometimes by
Mhm.
their questions or what they're saying, but a lot of times they have no idea. You know
Mm,
what I mean? They've seen some ridiculous video somewhere of somebody claiming, it's just, someone on their phone somewhere, which is
right.
silly, right? So yeah, so from our standpoint, no more than 2 minutes. I always say, like, if they don't know whether they want to work with you in 2 minutes or not, you probably don't want to work with them. The only thing would be is if someone specifically came to you and they said, "Hey, I've got a little character monologue on this page, and then I have some dialogue on that page. Would you mind doing those specific things so I can see how you do the male and female and so forth?" To me, that's understandable. It might be a little longer than 2 minutes because they want to see how the male and female, like how you do different characters. But other than that, that's my rule of thumb. Typically 2 minutes. Now you can choose to do as much as you want, but I only ever, ask for 2 minutes.
Yeah. And that is super unique to audiobooks. I mean, I think in every other genre, it comes down to two things. One, what's the length of the audition that they sent you? Most auditions are not going to be longer than about 30 seconds. So, usually it's giving two takes of that material. If the audition happens to be super short, I mean like less than a sentence, or it's just a single phrase, just
Mhm.
do it a whole bunch of different ways and submit that, which might be, 15, 20 seconds. Occasionally, if it's for something like an e-learning or a narration, you may see a request for a longer audition that pushes closer to like a minute. But I always say, just don't give them the whole thing just in case it really is the entirety of the project.
Right.
Maybe lop off the last paragraph or the last two sentences. So it's really more about, I think, the script itself, Janine, rather than like the amount of seconds, so to speak. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Awesome. Okay, great. Okay, so let's see. We have Jenna said, "Can we still submit a sample for AV assessment?"
Hmm.
Yeah. So now when you're saying AV, I'm assuming you're meaning voice. So okay. So first off, I want to apologize to everybody because it's funny when I was many years ago when I was starting this, I started a podcast. And I didn't have a name for it. I just started it. So I said one day, this is a VO's journey. And I kept that name. And to this day, okay, I'm assuming, yeah, you're meaning AV Academy Voices, but sometimes, so the reason why I brought that story up is because, sometimes when I created Academy Voices, I was like, this time I'm going to create a name that is super easy to say and fast and makes sense instead of a space VO apostrophe S space journey. Right. And but sometimes people get them mixed up. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm,
that's why I asked. We don't have an assessment for Academy Voices, we have an assessment for VOJ. Now you can submit your work on Academy Voices to, once you join, to be on the profile. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, Jenna, or you're just meaning like for VOJ. So if it is for VOJ, absolutely you can submit. And if you're having a hard time, just message me on Discord,
Mm.
because you'd be in our Discord. So if I'm off on that, please go ahead. You can leave another comment, let us know. But I think that's it on that one.
Patricia wants to know
From LinkedIn. Cool.
Sweet. Hi, Patricia. Talking about headshots. We dedicated a little bit of time to this discussion this past week because we've been talking about websites. But yeah, so it's interesting. This topic has evolved so much, especially I think in the last just few years, right? We do think that it's pretty critical for voice actors to have a headshot. That being said, I always caution against what I consider to be the standard headshot, right? Or the very classically posed headshot. We see things that are more editorial in nature now, a little bit more casual, less posed, maybe more of what we would consider a candid shot. But again, that also still reflects your brand and works well with your branding. The decision of things like props, to use a mic, to not use a mic, that's personal choice. I think it's fine. I have both. I have photos that I have microphones in. I have some that I don't. Both are fine. I think really the biggest thing is the understanding that audiences today do want to see you. They want that personal touch. They want to know that you're a real person. They want to know who you are. But I also say be careful if your voice and you sound nothing alike. Because if there's a big chasm between the way you look and the way you sound, then a picture may not be the best way to go. And that's where things like caricatures, drawings, avatars could be your best friend.
I love that you brought that up, because I think that's something that we should, that's a topic, Gabby, we could probably talk about.
Yeah.
Is headshots, and also because Gabby does a lot on branding. And I think that goes into branding. So perfect example would be, I have tried a variety of different headshots. Some that I tried to make look better than others. And then some, but I took one shot one time. I was messing around with my iPhone in my car, and there was this interesting filter, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, it makes everything like go black around my face and all this stuff. And it was in the middle of the day in my driveway.
Photo you're talking about.
Yeah. And I took that photo years and years ago. It wasn't from my previous house. And it was the middle of the day, sunny as all could be out. Right. And in my car.
Wow.
And that photo turned into be, I had this little teeny smirk, but it wasn't much, but it gave kind of this little, kind of an air of mystery in a little bit of way, because of just the darkness of the picture and the fading out of my face in the back and everything. And I could tell you that singular picture has helped me sell more and brand myself more. I've tried other pictures. They don't sell. They don't get as many clicks. That picture gets more clicks, and it works well. It works better with my voice style than a big old smiling face like this. And it's interesting because, and it could be because, maybe my smile's not that good looking, but either way, I love that you brought that up, because you're right. If you have this big old smile, and or if you make yourself look, looks, because I'll work with men, even some older men, who have this big smiling teeth as big as thing, and then they're like this,
right?
And it's like, that did not come off like your picture was.
Yeah.
Right?
There's something, there is an art to it, right? And this is where working with a photographer can be very helpful. Don't let a photographer take pictures of you blind. Make sure that they are armed with your brand, that they hear your demos, that they can get a sense of what they're portraying, because that helps them to better help you in that process. But yeah, I also think we're in a day and age where playful is better, interesting is better. Photos should be intriguing, or they should tell a story. They shouldn't, just be the standard, the headshot, that kind of. We don't want that.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I love nothing more than to get voice actors pictures too, because we want to see real people.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, it's so important, right, to see you for real.
Well, and the other thing we have, and I mean, I would think, right, that most people know this or understand this. Most of us can see or catch an AI photo from like a mile away, right? There is still, and I don't know, it's interesting, right? How there's something about them that's very formulaic and it's very easy to tell it's not real, right? So we want to be careful of not over photoshopping, of not over processing, right? To make sure that, yes, we still remain human. So a little bit of imperfection goes a long way, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah.
So we did have so like Strange Storm Cat and Jenna. Okay, so you're talking about Strange Storm. Yeah, so I think I'll talk to Angela to see if there was something else that maybe you guys had talked about, maybe getting, something reviewed for Academy Voices. So I definitely will chat with her later today about that. So thanks for letting me know. Already we've had some incredible questions
Oh my goodness. I know.
and a lot. And it's been very exciting because we've been. I don't think we've ever been live on this many platforms
No, not all these
before.
platforms, not all at once.
So that
So
is very
tell us
exciting. Yes.
what's happening with VOJ right now. What's happening with Academy Voices? Let's kind of
Yeah.
run through the
So something
stats.
really super exciting is we have every month. Well, first off, every month we have a webinar. We offer a webinar for Okay, so I muted your mic, Gabby. It's a bit. We'll work on that. But I was saying every month we offer a webinar, and I'm very excited about this month's webinar. It's with Bonnie Williams, who is an unbelievably amazing voice actress who does incredible character voices for all sorts of video games, studio. Like, she just does a lot of incredible work out in LA, and we're having a webinar tomorrow, and I'm gonna share the link in case you guys would like to come. I'll put it in the chat. Let's see, I want to discuss it. All right, so there's the okay, cool. So there's the link to the webinar tomorrow, so check that out. That's something that's going on that's really exciting. I wonder if it's going to post on all the different areas where we are. So it's with Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, by the way, if you're new or you're joining us on a new platform, like somewhere else, like if you're on X or you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn or Instagram, thank you guys so much for being here. If you've never seen us before, right, it is this is on StreamYard. We are from VO Journey Academy. Gabby and I just realized something too, that since we are live now on all these different platforms, I'm sure many are part of our community. You might be part of a community just watching us on a different platform, or you might be brand new and don't even know who the heck we are, or or these people, what we're doing over here. So that's we are educators, voice actors, and at VO Journey Academy, and we do a live show Monday through Friday, helping voice actors learn all about voiceovers. We pick topics and things like that. And, the hope is through this work, that you get a chance, that we get a chance to hopefully work with you, and VO Journey Academy, and, to help you start and grow your voiceover business. That's kind of our mission. So, we can't hear you, Gabby. See you. We see you fine. While Gabby's working on that, another thing too is if you're new to this as well, we also do Academy Voices, which we had some people talking about. And Academy Voices is a really cool platform that we started a little bit ago, where we help voice actors find work. So I wanted to create something where we wasn't just an educational platform, which we love, which is the heart of our community, but I wanted to create also a place where voice actors could actually get work and make some money. So we've done that. We have like 400 audiobooks that we've published so far, and we just continue to grow and have a great team working there. So that's Academy Voices, right? Academyvoices.com. And then of course we have VOsJourney.com, which is where VO Journey Academy is. So, we kind of do those both. And then in that part too, we mentioned we launched the demos. So we have our demo services are now live, which is very exciting. So you can get demos across the board. And the cool thing is, like, for example, with Bonnie, Bonnie is our resident character voices expert. And, she, so we do character demos, animation demos, video game demos, commercial demos, audiobook demos, narration demos, we do all the demos. And we're able to do that not only because we have an amazing production team, but also because we have such a wonderful, large, diverse group of coaches that are in all these areas that allow us to have a lot of expertise in a variety of places. So I think it's fantastic. Yes, it's on the website. Are you in VO Journey? Yes, Dylan just joined, by the way. Yes, Dylan, I remember. Congrats. Yes, all you got to do is go into the archives page. All you got to do is go into the archive page in your library, and you'll see him right on the right side. Yes, you are. I was seeing you just join the other day. Yes, sir. So that's where you can find them as well. Did you get the mic back, Gabby? No, I can't hear you. Well, we will work on that, but we are come to our time. It has been with all things being equal, I liked the setup of StreamYard. We'll figure it out. It's nice to see everybody. We can see the chats. We can see we're live on multiple platforms. So that's been really cool. And there's more to this. I think we can put up banners and get we can get my Gabby's lovely face, and let's stick with mine on there as well. But Gabby's face is lovely. We'll get our faces up there for you so you know what we're doing. And we will be back on Monday. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you then. And again, check out that link I put in there for the webinar tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic. So it's on spooky and kooky voices. All right, that Bonnie is teaching how to do them. She's going to have scripts and go over and show and even work with people to help them do it. So it's going to be a blast. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye. Goodbye. See you.